Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my Rider Waite Smith Tarot collection. So these are all based upon the original Rider Waite Smith, not much changed in the artwork or the guidebook, but styled a little bit differently. I have them broken down in three different groups. One is essentially the original, just changed slightly stylistically. The second group is the miniature versions that I have, and the third group is going to be a learning style Rider Waite Smith deck. So I just wanted to share with you. I'm not going to go entirely in depth into each one because I have done an unboxing video of them on my channel, and you can search for it in the search bar on my channel and I'll bring it all up. I think I might even make a playlist for them as well, so it's all right there for you. So let's get started. This video is kindly sponsored by Madam Glam New York, everything you love at your fingertips. Now, this is a company that I absolutely adore and love. The products actually work as advertised, and they are vegan, cruelty-free, palm oil free, and free from 21 of the most harmful chemicals found in nail polish today. These specifically are gel nail polishes that need a base coat and a top coat and a UV or LED light to set, and they are absolutely phenomenal. These are new colors that I haven't shown before, and these bottles specifically are the best design bottles that I have come across because the colors are shown as they appear when they're dried on the top and on the label too. So this color is Sizzling Lime, and it has a little glitter moment in there. I absolutely adore that. And then we got some pretty fall colors. This one is Spice Cinnamon, and when this is dried, it smells like cinnamon. So that's fun. This one is Astral Projection, and it's almost like a denim blue. And this last one, I'll call it like a dusty lavender. It's Astrological Goddess. So these are beautiful colors. I wanted to do a fun lime green moment for Halloween and then have some different fall colors to show you guys. That's not necessarily, you know, orange and yellow. So this is how they look on just a regular nail. So there's the lime with the glitter. Hopefully that picks up. The Spice Cinnamon. The Astral Projection, and then we have the Astrological Goddess. So beautiful colors, and they're so rich and deep, and these only have 2 coats on them. And when you apply gel polish, you want it to be applied very thin too, so you don't get that bubbling, or you want to make sure all of that polish dries. And so I wanted to challenge myself to some more nail art, and I'm pretty proud about how they came out. This one specifically is some fall leaves. I used some additional colors for depth. And then my favorite here is the Beetlejuice inspired one. So we have that Sizzling Lime as the slime up top. And then a pretty easy one to do, but packs a lot of punch, is the Spice Cinnamon as the backdrop. And then the top coat is a tortoiseshell top coat. So really quick and easy, and packs so much punch. And last, I did the ombre effect with the Astrological Goddess and the Astral Projection. And we have a little night sky moment with some moon and stars art. So very fun. I always enjoy working with this nail polish because, again, it does what it says it is supposed to do. And so I know exactly how it's going to lay out once it's dried. So I'm really happy with these. I'm excited to try to do my nails set in the Beetlejuice. We'll see how that comes out, if that happens. But very, very fun colors for fall. Check them out. They are very kind to give us a 35% off coupon code, which I will link here. And that will be off your entire order if you choose the pay as you go option. And if you already love Madam Glam, or you are someone who consumes a lot of gel nail polish, I highly suggest checking out the VIP option as well. So thank you so much again to Madam Glam New York for sponsoring this video. And now let's get back. All right, starting off with the iconic Smith Waite Tarot Centennial Edition. So this includes 4 samples of Pixie's non-tarot art, which is over here. So it also gives you a breakdown of what they are on the card. So you'll see a little bit more fun art in here, but also iconic original art style here, and the quality is so nice. The cardstock is that US Game Systems cardstock that we all know and love, and it just shuffles beautifully as well. Here's the back with Pamela Coleman Smith's signature and her little flower, and it shuffles. Ooh, it just snaps. This is my go-to when we're talking traditional. And it just has a little white book here that gives you enough information to help you along your way in your journey. So this is a great starting off point so you can see how we progressively get more stylistic in the collection. So I just wanted you to see again how iconic the imagery is. And this is when people say traditional tarot, this is what they're talking about here. So let's keep going. Next up, we have the Black and White Rider Waite Tarot deck, also published by US Game Systems. This is a nice box and it's pretty sturdy, which I like. And it does have a little white book as well, but it's a little more sturdy and a little bit more in depth with the guidebook. And here's the back and the black gilded edges there, foiled edges. But this one takes the imagery and it almost makes it look more like a coloring book. So it negates the color completely, allows that to be filled in with your mind. And it's just a fun rendition, a little bit more basic if you like to read without the color. The cardstock is great too, very sturdy and flexible. And I do really like how it shuffles as well because that cardstock is just so nice. Just very nice. And that edging too is just such a nice touch. So I really like this example of the traditional being a little stylistic, not too far off the traditional path, but still gives it a more modern feel, a little bit of an update. So that's this one. All right, this one is pretty cool, albeit it's hard to kind of show it on the video, but this is the Glow in the Dark Tarot. This is, again, the traditional Rider Waite Tarot published by US Game Systems, but it glows in the dark. So this one's pretty cool if you like a fun and interesting deck. It does have kind of a texture feel to it with that glow in the dark situation, but this is completely different than the black and white because this is more black with that glow in the dark look. It's so weird and fun at the same time. Such a different concept. It does feel a little rough in your hands because of that glow in the dark, but it still shuffles just fine. I don't really have an issue with it. And it is kind of like a fun tool to use if you're doing like parties or Halloween time and you want to bring your deck out or get a little cozy. It's just really fun and neat and different and a unique style of deck that I have not seen. And again, it comes with a little white deck or a little white guidebook here, and it does have enough information to help you with your divining if you need it. But yeah, very fun and cool. Sometimes for me, my eyes can get a little blurry with the detail here with it being so stark of a contrast, but I'm not really having an issue ever with reading it. It still makes complete sense to me, and it's just fun and different and unique. This was a tarot deck that I found at Marshall's for $5.99 at the time. This is by La Mucci Design. This is the biggest tarot card that I have in my collection, I believe. And this is about a little over 6 inches tall, and we have 3.5 inches wide. So it's a little hard to shuffle, but the back is gorgeous. It's really fun, and it is just stark navy blue and gold for the detail. We do have those sharp edges, so it's not comfortable for me to shuffle completely. And just like the Glow in the Dark Tarot, sometimes my eyes get a little bit blurry with the details here. But with this deck specifically, I like to use it for altar work and for spell work. So if I need a significator, this is the deck that I go to for that, because again, it is the traditional Rider Waite Smith imagery, but it's really big and prominent to see. So it works really well for the altar work. It does not come with a guidebook. It just has a little pamphlet here to tell you how to use the cards. So again, if you have this deck or came across this deck around 2020-ish, you would probably have to utilize a reference book should you have need for it. But other than that, for $5.99, it's a great deck for multiple different uses. If you have big hands, this might work for you, but I'll show you how difficult it is for me to even grasp the ends here. It is not a fun shuffle for me. And the cardstock is not bad either. It's got a little bit of flexibility to it, and it snaps back, so it's not terrible. It's not bad. It, like I said, it works great for spell work or altar work. And I think I shuffle it this way. Yeah, this is the way that I have been shuffling it when I do try to utilize it. So that is a fun one, a different one. And if you have this, let me know in the comments, because I'm curious to see who got a deal. All right, now we're going to get into more stylistic choices with the traditional imagery. So this is the Lustrous Tarot. This is published by Gallerie, and this is a beautifully done deck that I was just really impressed with, because it's, again, the same imagery, but it's just done a little bit differently. It's a high gloss. We've got really nice cardstock that's flexible, and it snaps back. It shuffles really great. But as you can see, it's a little bit more fleshed out. There's a lot more detail, and it's just, it feels updated. Not modern completely, but it feels more updated and glossy and, you know, a little bit more all around fleshed out, if that makes any sense at all. So this is a wonderful one to work with if you like a little bit more detail. It feels a little bit softer on the eyes as well, and it shuffles great. Very sturdy cardstock, and that high gloss coating definitely helps the cards last a little bit longer too. And the guidebook here is great as well. It's color printed, and it goes into a lot of meanings and symbolisms. We got upright and reversed as well, keywords. So very well done, and a very good beginner deck if you like the Rider Waite Smith imagery, or if you like the traditional look but want a little bit more in-depth meaning in the guidebook. This is great to utilize. I really am impressed with this specific tarot deck. Next up, we have the Wiser Tarot. This is published by Wiser Publishing. This one specifically for me and my opinion alone, I didn't connect with it as much. I just am not a huge fan of the watercolor that they have done in place of the traditional look. To me, some of it just feels a little too muddy. The colors kind of don't pop as much as they would in the traditional sense. And sometimes the skin tones look, you know, sickly. So that's just my opinion. It is a beautifully done deck if you like this style, but again, for me personally, it's just not one that I gravitate toward. The cardstock itself is great, very flexible, but snaps back. Slight gloss to it. I wouldn't call it a complete matte. And the guidebook is nice too. There's a lot of information in here, and you know, if you're a beginner, it can help get you through. We also got a lot of spreads, but the meanings, they're very minimal, but again, it will help get you through if you're a beginner. But there's a lot of information in the beginning of the book as well. So not like my favorite tarot rendition, but it's not the worst I've seen. And it still shuffles fantastically. So I know that there's a lot of people out here that liked this rendition, but for me personally, it's just not my favorite. That's all. And next up and last for this type of group, we have the Teller Tarot. This is such a beautiful rendition, very stylistic, and the box is great. But then we have the guidebook here, which is all color printed. But if you do find yourself needing more information than just keywords, again, a reference book is going to help you out. But this is perfect for those who are just getting started, or for those who are experienced readers. The cardstock is on the thinner side than what I would necessarily go for, but at the same time, it's not bad at all. It shuffles wonderfully, and again, everybody's preference on cardstock is different, and this one specifically shuffles really nicely. It snaps, so it never really loses its shape here when you bend it, and it's easy for smaller hands. And then look at how fun this art is. It's just the same traditional art, but it's stylistically poppy, vibrant without being overpowering. And we have really large title prints. So it's great if you struggle with finer print. This is fun. I don't have issues with it hurting my eyes or getting too like overstimulated with it. It's just poppy and vibrant enough to where I'm like, oh, this is fun and different, but it still keeps the integrity of the Rider Waite Smith as well. So very, very fun. Highly recommend checking this out if you like more pastels or if you like that pop art style, but you like the traditional sense too. This is just a fun deck. Okay, now we're looking at the miniature pocket size Rider Waite Smith decks that I have. And this one's really cool. This is the Rider Waite playing card deck, unique 78 deck with tarot and playing cards. And this is what it looks like here on the back. And that's pretty much the same size there. Yep. I will say it's a fantastic deck to take for traveling, but you just might want to rubber band it because the box tends to be a little loose. But this is so fun. This guidebook does have pretty good information on the meanings and to help you with your readings, but it also has instructions on how to play the game of tarot, as well as, what was it, tarot rummy? I think it's tarot rummy. So you can absolutely use this as a game deck and a divinatory tool as well. So it's really cool. It's definitely a pocket size. It's kind of difficult for me to shuffle just because it's an awkward size, but it's not that bad. The cardstock is really good. It's just one of those things where you kind of gotta adjust your shuffling style in order to do it, right? It's not that bad at all. But there's the back, and it's got a gloss to it, which will help with the longevity of your cards. And it's just a really cute deck to have, a unique type of deck too, if you are one that likes to play games and wants a unique look on that as well. Two, this is also good if you are still in the tarot closet, so to speak. So if you want to kind of have an excuse to, you know, have a deck in your repertoire without being so obvious, this might be one for you too. So this is a fun little unique plain deck that I found really fun. All right, last up in the miniature / pocket size Rider Waite Smith, we have the tiny Universal Weight Tarot, again by US Game Systems. This is tiny. This is a deck that I literally cannot shuffle. I believe, yeah, it is less than 1.5 inches long, and it is what? A little under 1 inch wide. So yeah, this is crazy small, and I do not shuffle this at all because I cannot. But there's the back there. It is a gloss, and it is honestly the same kind of cardstock that the originals get. So, you know, it is not bad quality at all, but look at how tiny. Super, super tiny. So what these I find great for is if you have like little projects, like if you like to do resin or any type of craft and want to incorporate tarot into it, this is kind of like a great idea for that. Or like little charms, if you like to put the tarot essence into like witch jars, or want to take a couple with you in your purse, in your wallet, put it in your car, in the glove box or something, or, you know, gift them out as, you know, tokens to your friends and family, or, you know, there's lots of ways that you can utilize this little tiny tarot deck. And it comes with a pamphlet with each of the keywords for the meanings. So again, kind of more of a novelty thing, but I feel like you can utilize this more for like craft purposes or witchcraft purposes. I find this super hilarious, but like really great at the same time, if that makes sense. I love the absurdity of this deck. I think it's fantastic. Okay, so first up in the like learning and very beginner friendly decks, we have the Apprentice Tarot deck. This is by published by US Game Systems, and this is great because this is Fantastic quality. The cardstock is great. It's that US Game System cardstock, but what is fantastic about it is it has all of these little keywords on the cards, and as well as reversals. So if you were trying to learn reversals and need a little bit more of a help, this is fantastic for that. I think this was really well done and well put together. And so this is great too. A lot of these that I have coming up, if you are neurodivergent and have a difficulty with remembering things or brain fog, all of that, it's fantastic because first you can utilize the imagery, and then if you need a little bit more help or can't quite get the words from the vibes, you can look to the meanings on the deck itself. So it's fantastic, very beginner friendly, and it shuffles beautifully. It also comes with a little white book here that gives you a breakdown of each of the cards and their meanings here. More or less like how to utilize the card itself and tips and tricks. We do have a 5-card spread here and a 2-card and 3-card with help. So this is fantastic if you are just starting out and want to kind of get the best of both worlds. This is great. All right, next up, this is the Tarot for Learning by Weispel. We have a nice box. It's very sturdy. It works really well to hold everything in. Very similar to the Apprentice Tarot deck, but it's a lot more detailed. The cardstock is okay. It's not my preference. It's very flexible, snaps back just fine, and it shuffles just fine too. This one, it breaks down everything really well. So it's easy to shuffle, which is fantastic, but the cardstock does get banged up pretty easily. I'll say that. But this is fantastic because it goes into a lot more breakdown than the Apprentice does. We have an affirmation on the side. We have the upright keywords, reversal keywords, as well as a short little meaning here. And then at the bottom, we have the keywords for specific questions. So if it's for love, career, finance, or time period, then we have the number, the element, the zodiac, the chakra, the answer it regards to, whether it's yes, no, maybe, and then the Hebrew letter. So then it breaks it down even further with different colors for the suits. And in the guidebook, again, even further, we have more symbolism of the cards. So it's just really well done, very detailed. So if you are a beginner, this might be the one for you to break everything down. There is some discrepancy with some of the yeses and nos. So I will tell you to use your intuition when that regards to all of this with the meanings, but use your intuition when it comes to the yes or the no's on the card too. So just be aware of that too. But all in all, I was very impressed with this, and the price tag was really inexpensive too. I think it was like $18.99. But yeah, highly recommend if you want a comprehensive breakdown of all of the symbolisms and meanings of a deck. Okay, this one is an interesting one. This was on the cheaper bargain side, and I believe I found it at Barnes & Noble, or it might have been like a store like Ross or something, but this is the Secrets of Tarot, and it was in a bigger package, like a boxed set, published by Hinkler by Amanda Hall. The guidebook itself is a big guidebook, and it breaks things down with information about tarot and different spreads and how to kind of utilize the tarot in a different way. Very beginner friendly as far as breaking everything down. It gives you sample readings, that sort of a thing, but not meanings in this guidebook. The meanings are on the cards. It comes in this tuck box here. The card stock is very flimsy. It's paper thin, like a little bit thicker than paper, but the backs are very whimsigoth, very pretty. And the artwork is very like Renaissance-y old world type situation. You do get keywords here, not so much reversals, but very beginner friendly, but again, this might be something that you use with a reference book because it doesn't quite get all of the meanings in there. So it's good if you're starting out and you want a really cheap deck. This deck will not last you if you use it every day because of the quality. But again, if you're getting it for $8 or, you know, less than 10, somewhere around there, it might be worth it for you if you want a deck to kind of practice on, get your shuffling down, that sort of a thing. Very easy to manipulate. So it is fun. It's different. I like having it in my collection because it's kind of like a snapshot in time. This has been around for quite some time as far as the Hinkler publishing goes. First published 2005. So I know a lot of readers have started with this particular set. So again, very cool to have. If you own this, let me know down in the comment section. This next one, I'm not even sure what the title is. I found it on TikTok and I just wanted to see what it was about and the quality, because I saw a lot of tarot readers on TikTok using it. And I was like, I'm very curious to see what's going on with this. So this is the packaging, your exclusive tarot cards. And the back just says tarot cards made in China. And I could not tell you who exactly made this because there's no, there's nothing. But this is the little pamphlet that it comes with. It tells you a breakdown of what's going on in the cards. We also have zodiacs here, planets, and then chakras here on the back. So very good breakdown. The quality is not bad at all. I like the flexibility, but it snaps back. And here's the back with the zodiac wheel there. And the cards, you can read them in reverse, upright. As you can see here, we have a keyword, the chakra, the zodiac, the planet, yes, no, maybe, and then some meaning here of what's going on. And then in the background too, like for the wands, we have the fire. For the pentacles, we have more of an earth. And then, you know, etc., so on, that we've got here, water and air. So I'm not mad at this. Like, it's not terrible at all. It's actually really nice to utilize, but for me, it's just so busy. There's a lot going on. It's not really consistent with the overall fonts. It's just really, really busy. So I'm overwhelmed, like kind of overstimulated when utilizing it. But I think it's great for beginners. And it shuffles really well too. So if you're just starting out and you want, like, again, a more comprehensive breakdown and something that you can read, whether, you know, you are well-versed or not in tarot, this might be for you. Again, it's a split deck with the box. So when you open it up, you have to put them side by side, and that is a pet peeve of mine, just because like it's hard to get them out. But other than that, like, it's not a bad deck. So if you follow me on TikTok, you can find the video that I did reviewing this, and you can find the link to it there because I did link it. All right, this is my last deck to show you. This is the original Tarot Learning Edition, 78 cards. It comes with this beautiful workbook that's spiralized. So that's always great because it means you can, you know, flip it around like this, and it's just sturdy. It's really well done. Lots of great information in the beginning, and then we have a breakdown of the meaning, the symbolism, upright keywords, reverse keywords, author's personal connection with this card, and then your personal connection to write in the blank spaces here. And it's with every single tarot card here. So high quality, really well done. And if you're somebody who likes to actually work out what they feel and their intuition and what kind of hits they're getting, this might be for you, because again, such great quality. It's really well done. It comes in this really great box too, that it's just, I was really impressed with the quality. And then the cards themselves are linen. They're super nice. They feel really good in the hand. The quality themselves is really nice too. It's that sweet spot where it's not too thick, not too thin, and it's going to shuffle really nice. They are on the skinnier side. This one is what, 2 inches? A little under 3 inches wide, and we've got a little over 5 inches tall. So it's a little skinnier, but look at how big the artwork is itself. And then we do have a reversed keyword and a upright keyword down below. So really well done. Really, I'm going to say basic, but it allows you to kind of read into more of that keyword and allow your intuition to kind of take over. So it gives you enough information in the guidebook to help work through this, as well as it can, on the cards, it helps you kind of utilize your intuition first and then let the keyword kind of help you. So I think it's beautifully well done. The images are vibrant and bright and really nice. And I do love a linen deck. So let me show you how it shuffles. Really nice. And it flexes and it bends and snaps back. So if you are looking for a good, work style tarot deck, this could be for you. If you like to journal, this could be for you. The quality is just really nice, beautifully vibrant. I was really, really, really impressed with this. So again, that is the original learning edition. Those are all my Rider Waite Smith cards. I feel like everyone should have at least one type of original, traditional Rider Waite Smith deck. And I would love to know what one you have. If you have the original, if you have a learning deck, if you have a fun stylistic one, a mini one, what do you have in your collection that is Rider Waite Smith original imagery? I would love to know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was fun to see. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you and I like you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.